First, we're going to take a look at the post on X, and then we're going to go over some of the comments because, as you know, the comments are actually more telling, well, not actually, but often more telling than the post itself. What is the post? Well, the post is the Border Patrol Union, NBPC, sent Joe Biden a letter, public, obviously, it's on X. And it says, Dear Joe, you own this catastrophic disaster at the border. Lock, stock, and barrel. You created it, you nursed it along. You encouraged it, you facilitated it. It's all yours. Don't run from it now like a coward. Then it's signed the BP agents, Border Patrol agents you've thrown under the bus. And there's a very flattering image of White House occupant Joe Biden. All right, let's take a look here. Somebody posts this in the comment section. He says, or she, I don't know what it is. Democrats 2021, the border is secure. 2022, the border is secure. 2023, the border is secure. 2024, we have an invasion of migrants at our border, and the Republicans caused it. So the point being, obviously, that all along the Democrats have been denying there was a problem, but when it became impossible to deny, they did what Democrats always do: blame the Republicans. They never do anything wrong that I know of. This person says this doesn't even begin the criminal element freely roaming the U.S. These have been rapes, murders, robberies, and beatings of not only U.S. citizens, but our first responders, police, paramedics, and so forth and so on. Yeah, there was actually a riot, I think, at a migrant shelter. They call them migrants. I call them uninvited guests in New York City earlier in February 2024, and the media, by and large, ignored it. I mean, they didn't totally ignore it, otherwise I wouldn't have known about it. But the mainstream media, they don't like to talk about those things. This person seems to be a little bit contrary. Sorry, boys, no matter what you say, you have free will and made the choice to follow the orders. So she's kind of blaming the Border Patrol agents because they should have just ignored orders and I guess taken a shoot to kill or whatever they had to do. I disagree with that. I mean, you can't just go out and do whatever you want because, well, you'd be prosecuted, you'd be fired. I mean, you can't even walk into the Capitol building uninvited without risking a potential arrest. So you can't just do that. But what that does bring to mind is we're going to do a story on Poland. You'll want to watch for that, where the farmers in Poland, the farmers are securing the border. You know, truckers are going to Washington, or they're not going to Washington, I should say, to protest the ridiculously high fines imposed upon Donald Trump. And I wonder what would happen if truckers, and I know they can't do this because it, lose their income. But what would happen if truckers en masse decided to close the borders? Well, maybe they could. They did something similar in Canada. They just can't stay because they, need their jobs. Have y'all addressed, this is the next one, have y'all addressed the taxpayers-funded migrant municipal IDs approved last year? I'm not sure what that is, but I do know in New York City, they're giving up to $10,000 debit cards to individual uninvited guests, not families, but to individual uninvited guests. And at the same time, Mayor Adams is complaining because so many of those people are coming into his city. Yeah, give them $10,000. I'll go to the city. They don't check anyhow. They don't check your ID, so I'll just, work on my accent a little bit and say, I just got here from Mexico and I'm a refugee and I'd like my $10,000, please. And since they're not checking your IDs, I'll come back every month. I'll make $120,000 in 1 year. That might be an exaggeration, but then again, maybe not. Well, I think we did a video on that too. You want to watch it? They're only flipped because they include a border bill that didn't do anything but provided more money for illegals in a Ukraine bill that allowed the Democrats to say Republicans don't vote for securing the border. Kabuki theater, I don't even know what that means. But yeah, that's the same person that posted up here, RW. Anyhow, good points. RW, whoever you are. So this guy says the POTUS, President of the United States, will never assume responsibility, take responsibility for his actions or inactions. If something positive happens, they do take responsibility for it, even if it's not their actions or inactions. Here's somebody says, bright green roof. That's an ad. Here's somebody who says, powerful and right from the source. The people who lived it, we the people are with you, and on it goes. We're not going to read all these. We'd be here all day. But the consensus is that people are fed up with what's going on at the border. I mean, what country on the planet outside of Western nations have open borders? I mean, we didn't until just a few years ago, even we didn't have the insanity to do this. It's kind of like you get the idea. The somebody somewhere or somebody somewhere are intentionally, willfully trying to destroy Western culture through mass immigration. And if you agree with that, let us know. You can put something in the comment section. I'd also like to know, what do you think ought to be done at the border? And I tell you this, it seems that Biden is kind of fond of sending troops to the border. I think he did that once. But what did the troops do when they got there? They helped the people climbing over the border, climbing over the wall. Now, I got to tell you, if I were living in Central or South America, and I was living in poverty because either government policies or cultural inabilities or whatever the excuse is, reason is, I'd be coming over the wall too. You know, I would be an uninvited guest. And if the mayor of Detroit, New York City rather, offered me $10,000, beeline to New York City. You know, because what do these guys make? $2,000-3,000 a year? I don't know. That might be an underestimation. But there's nothing like the good old USA. You know, with all of its problems, they say that we're white racists, but that's not stopping anybody. Apparently, they think that's a good thing because they want to live among us. The way it seems, right? But the point is, if I were Hispanic and living in Central South America, I'd be in one of those caravans because you got to admit they do have it better here. So I'm not blaming them. I'm blaming the inept government that is willfully inept. It's as if they're doing it on purpose. I say as if. I think they are doing it on purpose because the woke left thinks uncontrolled immigration into the United States is a good thing because these people disproportionately tend to vote for Democrats. They ought to quit calling themselves Democrats because, you know, I don't see anything democratic about this. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, join our family. You can give it a thumbs up if you think it's worth it. Leave a comment if you got something to add. And don't forget, share this on social media. That helps a lot, and we'll see you all next time.